I'm pretty sure that you've all seen those people explaining how to get that Greek god aesthetic physique, and they are overcomplicating all the things. Let me tell you that getting aesthetic, it's way easier than what you think, and I'm pretty sure that you can get in that aesthetic shape no matter how you look at the moment. To get aesthetic, we have to understand what aesthetic means for us. For every person, aesthetic is of course different, but for most people, aesthetic is that V shape, or better in the new style, that X shape, which is wider shoulders, smaller waist, and good developed and defined legs. In simple words, we want that lean physique with the six-pack and muscle development and definition so that we can achieve that waist to back ratio. And to achieve that, we have to focus on our bigger muscles. The back, the shoulders, which are the muscles that are going to give us the wider range. Of course, we have to train all the muscles, chest, back, legs, glutes, hamstring, quads, all the big muscles, but don't try to train all the time those smaller isolation muscles. I see so many people going into the gym and they are doing biceps, triceps, some cardio and some ab exercises, and they think they are going to get aesthetic. This will not get an aesthetic physique because you want to train those bigger muscles so that they give you size. If you have the time, you can then train those smaller muscles, but if you don't have that much time, prioritize bigger muscles with compound movements and you will be good to go. All the smaller muscles will also get trained when you train the bigger muscles. For example, when you do pull-ups or chin-ups, you are going to train your biceps and forearms. When you do push-ups or bench press, you are going to train your triceps and shoulders as well. So focus on those bigger muscle groups. And for the exercises, you don't need any complicated exercises. I see those movie stars or famous people doing that fancy movements. They are jumping with one leg on the trampoline, doing this, and with the other hand like that, getting confused. You don't need these things to get an aesthetic physique. You want the old, good, traditional bodybuilding methods. And wait, don't tell me that I don't want to become a bodybuilder, I don't want to become huge, I don't like it. You will not become huge by doing those movements unless you are on any performance enhancing pills or something like that. But if you don't take any of this stuff, then training more and getting more muscles will always make you look better as long as you are lean enough to show it. I remember when I started training, my parents were all the time like,
don't train much, don't eat food, you will become so bulky and this is not nice.
And I was like, what are we going to do now? And now that I'm training, they're all the time like, oh wow, my son is getting a lot more athletic, he's training, they are telling it to their friends and everything. So yeah, you will not get huge at the point that you don't like it just with normal bodybuilding training, just because it's called bodybuilding style or more scientifically hypertrophy. So stick to the normal exercises like push-ups, pull-ups, bench press, flies, squats, hamstring curls, and all those normal exercises that people that want to get a good physique do. These exercises will just help you to get muscle, and by getting lean enough, you will become aesthetic as possible. The most important principle that you have to follow in all of your exercises is to understand that training for strength is not the same as training for building muscle. Yes, I can understand that training for muscle helps with strength and training for strength helps for muscle, but if your goal is to get aesthetic, you need to train for building muscle. And your muscles don't care how much weight you are lifting. They care only about how much effort you use to train them and how much you destroy those muscles so that your muscle fibers repair and get bigger. So let your ego at the door. Before going into the gym, just tell to yourself that, okay, I'm gonna train to get aesthetic. I'm not gonna add as much weight as possible. I'm gonna add less weight, and I'm gonna control the eccentric, concentric motion and train full range of motion. Do slow movements, feed the muscle, have mind-muscle connection, and all the time try to have progressive overload, which in simple terms is when you make the exercise that you are doing harder by changing variation, by adding weight, by changing the time under tension, by doing it slower. There are a lot of different ways to make an exercise harder, but don't stick to the same exercise, same movement, same weight. Do progressive overload. I see so many people starting their journey, and most of the time are people that are into home training and calisthenics, because I'm one of these people. I started with calisthenics as well, and they are doing 5 sets of 20 push-ups, even though they can do 50 push-ups. This will not help you get the physique that you want, because you are not pushing yourself hard enough. You are not pushing your muscles enough so that they adapt and get bigger. You need to train all of your sets hard. Train them to failure or close to failure. An easy way to describe failure is, let's say if someone comes to you and tells you, if you do 1 more rep, I'm going to give you 1 million, and you are not able to do it, then congrats, you train to failure. If you can do more reps, do them. Also try to train each muscle at least twice a week for 10 to 20 hard sets of a rep range of 8 to 20 reps. I don't like less reps for building muscle because it's not enough time under tension and you don't feel the muscle that much in the palm. Usually the range of motion will be cut because you are gonna get into your ego style and try to add more weight. So I prefer training with higher rep ranges when I'm trying to get aesthetic. And for the workout split, there are a lot of different splits that you can follow. But a tip that I have for you is to follow something that you can maintain for long enough. Building muscle, losing fat, getting aesthetic is not a race. It's a marathon. So you have to find a way to train for years to come. If you are going to train push-pull legs, which is 6 times a week or 7 times a week, and you don't feel like it, you don't like that much training, you just want to go to the gym to get a better physique, then this is not the split for you. There are better splits that you can train less and still get the gains. I also created this video that I'm going to pin right here, which is about training less and building more muscles. The most basic training splits that you can follow are the push-pull leg, and again, rest push-pull legs. You can do upper, lower. You can do full body, and there are other variations as well that I'm talking in this video about training splits and how to create your own training split. Again, I'm telling you, find the workout split that you like. If you don't like the gym and you are just going in for the gains, don't go 6 times a week. You will get bored in a month. It's about building a lifestyle. It's about training enough to grow and enjoy our life. And I will say the same tips for the diet. Of course, if you are higher body fat percentage, get into a small deficit so that you can lose the excess body fat that you have, if you have. A man try to drop at 15%. For a woman, try to drop to 25% body fat. I know some people that you look and you like their physique, they are even below that. But if you can't maintain 12 or 10%, you don't have to do it. If this is not healthy for you and you are feeling down, then stay at the healthy percentage that you like, because getting aesthetic is not always about how your body looks. It's how you feel in your mental game. If you feel better at 15% body fat, stay at 15%, you will look amazing, and your muscles and body and your brain will function perfectly okay. Then this is better than 6, 8 or 10% and feeling miserable. In cases of protein, try to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight or 2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. I myself don't like counting exact calories and protein, which may be wrong, but this is what I like and that's what makes me consistent. I just eyeball all the things. I counted calories for a few months. I saw on the average how many calories it's each food or drink, and now I'm just eyeballing things. And remember, getting aesthetic, as we talked before, is getting bigger muscles and a leaner physique so that you can achieve that X shape. But believe me, when you get in the gym, you are gonna see another world. When gym becomes a lifestyle, you will most likely forget about the aesthetic stuff. I started training because I wanted a new sport that I could do anywhere, so I started with calisthenics. And later on, I just loved training. I moved to weights and all the other things, and I just loved it. I am training because I can't live without training. I'm feeling healthier, I'm feeling stronger, and overall, I enjoy my life. So if you get aesthetic and you have to exchange everything for that, your time, your education, your money, is it really worth it? I would say no. So train as much as you can, diet as much as you can, and prioritize the things that you have to prioritize and enjoy life. This is the end of the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Ciao.